played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Value some freedom of movement. Can a defensive player have that type of impact? The Denver Nuggets have the 7th overall pick. Commissioner Adam Silver about to step to the podium and reveal who Denver is selecting.
Get it together, Nuggets.
With the 7th pick in the 2015 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Emmanuel Mudiay from Dallas, Texas. He last played for Guangdong in China.
So Emmanuel Mudiay, a highly touted high school recruit from the Dallas area, at one time was slated to go to SMU. Larry Brown told us this year when College Game Day was in Dallas at SMU that he believed that his team, a top 25 team for most of the year, would have been #1 in the country and a national championship contender had Mudiay chosen to go to SMU rather than go to China and play for the Guangdong Southern Tigers, where, by the way, he had a teammate there, another former lottery pick, Yi Jinlin. He won guys over, as Fran Fraschilla has told us leading up, and Emmanuel Mudiay takes the next step on his journey. He is a member of the Denver Nuggets. And let's take a look at the Speed 6-year journey to the draft, and it has been quite a journey for Emmanuel Mudiay. He was born Democratic Republic of Congo, formerly Zaire, a war-torn country. His mother got out and later sent for her son. Mudiay moved to the Dallas area when he was 5 years old, attended a couple of high schools there, spent committed to SMU, but instead took an offer of more than $1 million to go to China. He was hurt for much of the season, but somewhat effective during the time that he was in China, but people didn't get to see him as much as they had hoped playing professionally in China because of those injuries. So Emmanuel Mudiay now going to the Nuggets. Brand, what does Denver have in this strong guard?
Well, they got a big, strong point guard who can get to the rim. Now, the experiment going to China probably now looks like it had mixed results because he was the top high school point guard a year ago. But what you're going to love about him in Denver is ready-made physically to step into the league. And keep in mind, now, Mike Malone has a good, solid, tough, big guard with which to build around. And remember this, don't discount the maturity factor of leaving Dallas, going halfway around the world and growing up. There are no Whataburgers in Guangdong. This kid had to fend for himself, and I think it will serve him well in Denver.
Emmanuel Mudiay, picked by the Nuggets with Shannon Spade.
I don't think there are any Whataburgers in China either. You know, we just talked about your journey, which started in the Congo and now ends in Denver. During that whole process, how were you able to keep this goal in front of you?
It was definitely tough, but, I just kept my faith strong, kept, telling God, this is where you want me. So I just tried to go as hard as I could and just kept thanking God for the opportunity to even be in that position.
Playing over in China, you were injured. A lot of scouts weren't able to see you. What did you feel like you needed to prove during this pre-draft process?
Just be myself. Just show them what I'm about, show them my competitive spirit. That's all I could really do. So, they couldn't see me play as much as they wish they could have watched me play, but I feel like they've seen enough, though.
Well, we will see you play now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Over to you, Heather. Thank you so much, Shannon. We have heard so much about your journey, Stefan. At the age of 12, you became the man of the house when your mom moved to the United States to try to get asylum for your family. How did you and your brothers keep the NBA hope alive during that incredible journey?
Well, Emmanuel always dreamed of being in the NBA, and my job was to just watch after them, him and my other brother, John Michael, and I think we did a pretty good job, and my mom definitely raised us right, and I'm very happy for him to be here right now.
You did an incredible job. Now, Emmanuel told me that you're his hero, that you and your brother are the ones that he always emulated, that you're his favorite player of all time. Given all of that, how would you describe your pride right now?
I mean, I can't really describe what I'm feeling right now. It's just a really humbling experience for him, and he worked extremely hard to get to where he's at right now, and it's just a blessing, and I thank God for that.
Enjoy the moment. Thank you for your time. Please.
All right, Heather, Emmanuel Mudiay joins Brandon Jennings as the only two high school players to go to China, directly to China, and then come back and play in the NBA. Jeff Goodman is with us now. So, Jeff, what might Nuggets be up to in order to facilitate Mudiay's move into the lineup?
Yeah, Denver drafting Mudiay likely means that the Ty Lawson era is over.
Go to Denver?
I do. I talk a lot about fit. The Denver Nuggets want to run. They play in the altitude. They take advantage of that. Got drafted by that team. He's a terrific athlete. He changes the ends of the floor well. He's not a knockdown shooter. They do need three-point shooting, but this is a great fit for Mudiay. Sometimes it's better to fall to the right fit.
So the 8th overall pick is up. It's the Detroit Pistons. They have a little less than a minute left on their allotted 5 minutes in the draft. They've had 7 straight losing seasons after 7 straight 50-win seasons. We assume they're going for a wing. Adam Silver with the Pistons pick.
With the 8th pick in the 2015 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Stanley Johnson from the University of Arizona.
Stanley Johnson, a strong, athletic wing player. His mom played professionally in Italy. She really developed him as a young player. Formed his AAU team that he played on as a kid. He said after his year in Arizona that he feels like a lot of people still believe that he stiffed, but he said, trust me, I've got some moves. We saw him do a lot of really good things for Sean Miller at Arizona this year.
Well, the Stanimal, he has got the body for the NBA. He's got a body for the NFL. He's built like a linebacker, and in transition, nobody's going to get in his way. He may not be a superior athlete, but he is very athletic, and with that size, he's very difficult to contain when he gets up ahead of steam. He's a good defender. He's got a 6'11" wingspan, and he can get to the foul line. Not incredibly quick, but he can bowl his way to the basket. The one question mark you have about him is he's not an elite finisher once he gets into the lane, but he's a winner. I mean, went to modern-day high school in Southern California, Orange County, won 4 CIF state titles, and nobody's ever done that in the state of California before. So he's a winner. He's won USA basketball. He is very good in transition. He gets into the open court, and it is really difficult to stay in front of him. Was the MVP of the Maui Invitational, had a terrific freshman year. He's a good defender that I think when his motor revs can be a great defender. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, his teammate, they formed an excellent tandem. The one thing, he's not a shooter. He's really got to improve that. He has worked really hard at it, but he is not a natural as a shooter.
If you're going to play for Stan Van Gundy, you must bring one thing to practice and game: effort. And that's what Caron Butler brought in his NBA career. Legitimate 6'7", the power to play against threes, undersized fours, yet defend 1s and 2s. This is a really good pick for the Pistons. You put him on the wing alongside Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, they're going to give the other team happy playing defense.
And Tayshaun Prince is unrestricted free agent, so he's probably out the door to get younger at that position.
Here's what Mark Tatum announced. With the 37th pick in the 2015 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Richaun Holmes from Bowling Green State University. Another front court guy who was the MAC Defensive Player of the Year, holds the school record with more than 240 blocks.
Yeah, a little bit like Rakeem Christmas, who just went before him. Guy who can block shots, he can step away and knock down a perimeter jumper, but 75% of his offense is around the rim. Good athlete, good rebounder, but he's a shot blocker, and that's really his value. I think he's got a chance to be a good player, but he's only 6'9", wingspan about 7'1". He's not as freaky long as Rakeem Christmas is.
You know what fascinates me about the Sixers? I was watching this year's playoffs. And by the way, Nick Vucevic is doing really good in Orlando. Iguodala, Finals MVP.
Okay? Drew Holiday, Thad Young, Lou Williams, Michael Carter Williams, all former Sixers recently. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the Wizards now have made their selection as we are now at the 49th pick overall, winding our way through the second round, a little more than halfway through. Here is Mark Tatum with Washington's selection.
With the 49th pick in the 2015 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Aaron White from the University of Iowa.
Aaron White, a versatile player, a senior who plays for Fran McCaffrey in the Hawkeyes. Pretty good athlete and scored in transition kick.
Yeah, and he's a versatile player. You know, he can step away, knock down the shots, put it on the deck. Good footwork. You know, he's more of an energy guy. But a solid player that did a terrific job in the Big Ten and was really a leader for the Iowa Hawkeyes. So, you know, good value in the second round. Can come in and can play out on the perimeter, good length, and a solid athlete.
Wizards trying to sneak and see if they can get a stretch four. Between their power forwards and centers, they only made 11 threes. That's the third worst in the NBA.
And so Luka Mitrovic is the final pick of this draft. Fran, what did the Sixers get here?
They got a 6'9" kid who can play both inside and out. He's got to improve his outside shooting, but he's playing for Red Star, very good club. If he doesn't make outside shots, it's going to be hard for him to play in the NBA because he is a stretch four who right now doesn't spread the floor. 60th pick, man. You're just hoping for the best. And he plays at a good level. I like the way he plays. He is a tough kid, and good for him. He got drafted. He could tell his grandkids.
And there were some disappointments in that regard tonight. Fran, Cliff Alexander, 1 year at Kansas, did not hear his name called, although I would say not totally unexpected. Aaron Harrison of Kentucky comes out after 2 years. He didn't hear his name called tonight.
Brendan Ashley as well, from Arizona, a junior.
I'm really surprised that Cliff Alexander wasn't drafted. He was such a highly rated recruit going into Kansas, didn't perform well, and didn't finish the year because of an extra benefits issue, wound up getting dinged by the NCAA. But one of the things, and I don't know if this is the case, one of the things I was really surprised at was, you know, he kind of badmouthed Kansas when he left, and I wasn't really impressed by that. I wonder if the NBA franchises that looked at him were similarly unimpressed by it.
And we'll see. Now Cliff Alexander will have to try to make his way into pro basketball in a different way other than the draft. Same with the other guys who didn't have their names called tonight. But it was an exciting night, certainly for Karl Anthony Towns, the #1 overall pick, and D'Angelo Russell, who's headed to the Lakers, and Jahlil Okafor, who's headed to Philadelphia. Thanks, everybody, for watching.